Hey everyone, welcome back to the stream. Let's get this off the screen for right now. I hope everyone's having a good Sunday. I would say my Sunday is decidedly mixed. I had a good morning, but yesterday evening was not so good. My team lost, which I kind of expected. Was, to be honest, I wasn't too optimistic about that game for reasons that are probably, if you follow, you probably know. All right, let's get into the carousel. But I mean, you know, I can't really complain too much. My team is San Francisco, as many of you guys know, and they had a hell of a run. Given how many injuries they had to key players, I mean, you can't really ask for too much more, right? So I think they did really, really well. What are we going to do here? So they had a hell of a run, a hell of a year for being as beat up as they were. So you got to give them credit for sticking in there. And if they stay healthy and they have the same, you know, lineup next year, I think they'll be in great shape. But of course, that's always a question mark, isn't it? Will they have the same lineup next year? We don't know. But yeah, I kind of figured this was going to be a rough game because we're playing the number one seed. They had a bye week because they were the number one seed, so they hadn't played in 2 weeks. Everybody was nice and rested, whereas we had to come through on a 6-day turnaround. and play. So yeah, it just, and we were playing on their home turf and every possible disadvantage you can think of. And I know it sounds like I'm making excuses. I'm really not. I think they did really well for the year, for given how badly beat up they were. Come here, horse. Where are you going? Get your face. Oh, this is a unicorn. Okay. So, yeah, you know, no complaints. It was a good year. I think we did pretty well. So, but football's over now. No need to talk about it for the rest of the season. Pull. Okay, horse. Horsey horse. Or unicorn, whatever you are. Ah, come back. Probably should turn the carousel off for this part, I suppose. I can't get this. Yeah, okay, you know what? I think we need to do just that. Where's the thingy? I think we're going to have to shut it off. As fun as it is doing this, because we got to get back, right? So, and I can't get distance without the horse or falling off the platform, so. Okay. Where else are you all dirty, my friend? On the top. You know, I might need the step ladder. Where's the... Do we have the stool? No? Really? We don't have a stool, huh? Oh, there we go. That does it. That did it. So let's see. This is still dirty. Problems, questions, concerns, what's going on here? Is it clean? I didn't hear a ding. So yeah, I will be talking about, I can't get this thing clean, there we go. I will be talking about the games, although I don't know that I necessarily have a whole lot to say about them this month, or this week. They were fine. It was a fairly unstressful weekend for recording. There was no serious issues. Like even my least well-behaved games behaved themselves this week, so yeah, there's really not a whole lot to go over. I have come to a decision on one thing that I probably want to share with you guys at some point. Today, and why I have come to that decision. It's nothing earth-shattering or anything, but you guys should be at least be aware. In fact, I suppose we could talk about it now. There's nobody on, so I'm free to talk about whatever I want. So I have decided that I'm going to start staggering back the releases a bit, such that the videos sit in the members only area for a little bit longer than they have been. I'd like to get them out a little bit. I'm thinking about a month in advance, so that they sit in the members only section for a month before they go public. Right now they sit a week, and my feeling is that that's just not giving the members enough value for their money. So I would like to increase that to about a month, and I think that would be an appropriate value for what you're paying for. So, but I don't want to do that all at once. So I would like to stagger it out a little bit. Sorry, dude, I got to get the undercarriage a little bit here. So what I would like to do is do it about a week at a time. So the first of those weeks is going to be the first week of February. You guys will not get videos the first week of February, even though I will still be producing them exactly the same as I always have been. Nothing will change in that regard. I will still be making videos. It's just they'll sit in the thing for a little bit longer. So after February, the members will have a 2-week advanced viewing, and then probably every other month or so I'll do the same thing until we hit 4 weeks, and then that's where I'll keep it. I just feel like the members should get a little bit more benefit than what they're getting. So and also maybe encourage some new members. It would be nice. Why is this thing so dirty? Does the top count as the same thing? Hang on. Why can't I stand up? Oh, I guess it does. Okay. I didn't realize that was all the same. What was I just about to say? Oh yeah, it would be nice if like YouTube at least paid for itself. I don't need to be rich or anything. And I don't need it to pay all my bills and stuff like that. I have a job, and I'm perfectly happy with how things are. But I don't really want to be losing money doing this, and that's what's happening right now. I am not only am I not making money, I'm actually losing money every month because I have to pay for the editing software, which costs, I believe, $22 a month. And what I make on YouTube is around $15 a month or so. So I'm actually losing money. So, which, it's fine. I can take it for a while, and I have been. I've been eating that cost. It's fine, but I would like for it to at least at some point pay that bill, so that I'm not losing money. I'll eat the cost of new games and stuff. That's fine, but I would like for. I don't see anything wrong with this pole. Why is it still dirty? Yeah, I would like for YouTube to pay the cost of my editing software. That would be nice. So we'll see. I mean, if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. It's fine. But if we can get that to happen, awesome. Well, I don't understand what's wrong with this rod. There's nothing. I don't see anything wrong with it. I wish I had a stool. It says it's still dirty. I don't see any problems. I'll have to come back to it, I guess, because I just don't see an issue here. So we'll see. The issue with that is, am I really adding value to the members stuff? I mean, you guys are already getting 5 videos a week from me, which is a lot. And so I'm sure that's more than that's more than enough for people. They don't really need to go to get early access, which is what members do. They get early access to the videos. That's the primary benefit. And there's an argument to be made. Well, you're already releasing 5 videos a week. Why would I need to go see them earlier? I can just wait them out. They'll come eventually, right? And that's true. That's true. So it's not a huge amount of extra value, but it's something, I think. So I feel like it's reasonable. It does add some value to the members' stuff, I think. So, but yeah, like I said, I'll do it like a week at a time. So the first week will be in February. I'll probably wait a couple of months before I do it again, just to spread it out a little bit. I don't want to like be gone for 3 weeks while stuff builds up in the member area. So, but I think I've decided that's what's going to happen. Just to see if we can give our members a little bit more value than they already have. I don't know that I will ever do members only content. I'm not a real big fan of that. The horse is done. I mean, I suppose it's not impossible, but I don't know how much I really want to do that. We'll see. So yeah, that's the plan. For those of you who watch this afterwards, I know there's nobody on right at the moment, but that's fine. Okay, that's all done. Tell you what, let's do this. And then we'll just spot check the rest of it. See, we're getting horse rod. Just a little bit left, and I just don't see where it is. It's so weird. Okay, dude, stand up. Third time I've asked. Come on. Huh. Don't really understand why that's not working. So yeah, that'll be the plan, guys. That's you know, you'll just have to bear with me while I get that in place and get it, going. Yeah, like I don't know that I'm ever going to do members exclusive content. I don't really want people to be behind a paywall or content to be locked behind a paywall. I want people to see what they want to see, and not everybody can afford to spend or has the disposable income to spend on money on memberships, right? So, you know, and I love you guys. I'm not gonna like take content away from you. That's just, I'm not a big fan of that. I do not understand what's wrong with these horse rods. They're just, they will not clean. This one, same thing. Hey, Evra, how you doing, man? How's the weekend going? So yeah, just lay down to rest a bit. This isn't resting, you're watching videos. That's not resting. Yeah, I just got on. I'm getting a bit of a late start today. Not because of recording or anything. I was actually done early. I finished recording hours ago. But I had chores to do and stuff, so I wanted to get those done before I started in on goofing around on the computer. What? Huh. I wonder why they don't give you a stool for this one. Can't get on the back of this horse. I wonder if they can't make that stool spin around. Like if you put the stool up here and turned on the thing, but it actually just sits still while the carousel spun. It might be a programming issue. I wonder if I use some metal cleaner on this, if that would help. I'm sorry, I'm just sitting here watching the thing. That's not good. Oh, this guy's face is all messed up. Here, let me help you with that. There, the horse is done. See, the horse goes fine. I don't really understand what's wrong with these poles. They're making me crazy. The top goes fine. Finally finished Lego Star Wars The Skywalker Saga after like half a year. The collectible grind was unbelievable. Yeah, so the original saga. So yeah, that one. Oh, the Skywalker Saga. Yeah, the newest one. Yeah. Sorry, I was thinking the complete collection, but no, you're talking about the brand new one. Well, I say brand new. That's not really a super new game anymore, but the most recent TT Games game. Anyway, yeah, the Kyber crystal thingies on that one, I have heard are just. I've played a little bit of it, and yeah, I hear you, man. That's a rough one, for sure. I'm gonna switch over to. Let's see. Do we have metal? We do. Let me try this. Let's see if this helps. I do not, unless there's something on top. I wonder if there's something on top. Maybe it goes all the way through the ceiling. Because I do not understand what is wrong with these things. They will not clean. I'm going to look real fast. Do they go over the top? So you finished it, huh? That's impressive. I don't know if I've heard of anybody actually finishing that game. Like 100%. I mean, it does work, the soap. I wonder if there must be something I'm missing. But I got one of them clean. Did I not? I wonder if it might be the... I don't really know. I don't understand what's going on with that stupid rod. Yeah, that's quite an accomplishment. I'm impressed. Isn't it something like, I can't remember what the number is, but it's like it's 1,000 Kyber crystals or something crazy like that. With the little collectible deals. I mean, I haven't played it since it came out. And I didn't even get very far when I played it. I tell you though, I am looking forward to the Batman Lego game. That it looks super, super interesting to me. I'm quite interested in playing that one. I may not wait for the channel. I'll play it eventually on the channel because I'm playing all the Lego games in order. But it's going to be a while because, you know, I'm playing all the Lego games in order. And I don't know if I can wait until it's ready for the channel before I fire that one up. I want to play that one. Okay, the horse is done. I feel like I might have to get the ladder out for these guys, and probably when I'm doing the roof. Hey, is it first one or second one version? You mean Power Wash 1 or 2? This is Power Wash 1. This is the original one. I will probably, assuming that we get through this one, end up doing Power Wash 2 on this channel. you know, if we're still going. I never made any promise that this particular stream would be a completionist stream, even though my channel is a completionist channel. Just because this was meant to be kind of just a chat with people and, you know, say hey, and so we'll do this as long as it makes sense and as long as I'm, you know, into it. I'm quite enjoying this, but, you know, if nobody shows up and we're not chatting anymore, then it's not really fulfilling the purpose for which I have. Why can't I stand up? Because I'm standing under a horse. Okay. For which I set it up for, because it really was meant to be more of a, you know, hey, how you doing, kind of chatty kind of thing. Come say hey. It wasn't really meant to be, we're going to play through this whole game. But we might, you know, I'm not saying we won't. We'll do it until it stops making sense. And if we're done with the game and we want to move on to Power Wash Simulator 2, then I certainly will. I'm stuck on this pole. Sorry there, buddy. Gotta get the undercarriage. Boy, these horses are a little tricky. There's a lot of nooks and crannies to these guys. There we go. And now this thing. I feel like there's probably, there's got to be some crevice to these little poles that I'm missing. And I don't know what it is, but I think once we get out the scaffolding to do the roof, maybe we'll see it. Because none of them are completing. It's weird because I don't see anything on them. And it's not like there's much to them. They're just a pole. Like, unless it's like in this little spot that's in between the horse and the pole or something. I don't know. So, yeah, the top is clean. I feel like I should chat about the games, even though I don't think I really have a lot to say about them this week. It's actually, they went surprisingly well. Which may be a little odd to say. They should always go well, right? but there was nothing super crazy this time around to talk about. So, yeah, there's got to be something else to these. I don't understand. Because there's nothing on this pole. Well, okay, there's that. I just don't know. Weird. They must stick out the top or something. Anyway, we'll get up there. So yeah, let's go ahead and chat about the games, I guess. I suppose we can do that. So, as usual, I'll go through them in order of, you know, release windows. So that would be starting with God of War. So as I told you guys last week about God of War, I'm really just kind of I'm catching up on collections for a little bit before we head back into the story. And the two I wanted to do are I was just about to say Vanaheim, but no, that's not right. It's Svartalfheim and Alfheim. Those are the two that I wanted to catch up on. I think we finished Svartalfheim this week. Excuse me, sorry. as far as I can go anyway. So there's a 3 or 4 things in Svartalheim that are undiscovered at this point. I don't know what those are. That's something beyond the point at which I played. I don't have any clue what those undiscovered things are. I'm not looking them up. So yeah. And then there's a couple of Berserker gravestones that I haven't done because we're still just a little bit too low to do Berserkers, really. I did talk about it this week. We've taken out 2 of the Berserkers. Okay, and at the time that I started the episode, it was basically 2 out of the 3 that I attempted I took out. But the 2 that I took out, I mean, to be honest, those are probably the 2 easiest in the game. So, you know, I just happened to hit the 2 easiest. I guess maybe that's by design. Maybe they put the 2 easiest in front of you. When I got to the 3rd one, I couldn't quite get it done. I spent a while doing it last week, not this week, or trying to get it done, and couldn't quite manage it. But I think I'm just a little bit too low of a level to... Whoops, that's not the right thing. Get out of here. I'm just a little bit too low of a level to really take the Berserkers on effectively. I'm only just barely level 5, so I think that's a little bit low. So we're pretty much not going to deal... I mean, not to say I won't poke my head in and see what they're like. I did that today in Svartalheim. I discovered there's one in there that has 2 Berserkers in it. So it's like, yeah, that's not going to happen. But I poked my head in a couple of times just to see what they played like. And we'll continue to do that. And if it just so happens that... hang on. Why am I going weird directions? What's going on? I think I have my hands on the wrong keys. If it happens that we can take one out, then we will. But I'm not going to spend 2 hours trying to do them. If we can just wait a little bit. I figure by the time I hit level 7 or so, we will probably try to take them on a little more seriously. We shall see. I have to say, I'm not super looking forward to doing the Berserkers. Frustration as a gameplay mechanic just doesn't really... I see that one finished. You rat bastard. Doesn't really interest me that much. There's a reason I don't play the Souls games. I mean, I get the appeal. I understand why people do it, because, you know, you get that satisfaction of beating a really tough monster or a tough enemy once you beat them. But I don't want to spend 4 hours trying to defeat a single boss. That's just not, to me, that's not fun. That's just not my kind of gameplay. Doesn't really interest me. You know, if it interests you, that's, you know, all more power to you. You know, you got a whole genre of games that are designed just for your amusement. So, you know, and the Valkyries from the original game and the Berserkers from this one are very definitely designed with that kind of player in mind, who enjoys, you know, that kind of super hard challenge. I don't mind a challenge. I like challenges. I mean, sure, but I'm not a real big on 4-hour boss fights. Let's just put it that way. So I'm not really looking forward to the Berserkers, although I'll do them. I will do them because that's what I signed up for when I started this game. I will say, though, defeating the Queen Valkyrie in the last game, one of the best moments. I mean, I do understand. Don't get me wrong. I understand the appeal. I understand why people like it. I liked it when I beat her. She took me several hours to get through, but I beat her, and damn was that satisfying. So I do get the appeal. But anyway, what I was going on about is that we have finished Svartalheim, except for those berserkers and a couple of things that are undiscovered. So I'm pretty pleased by that. I then ended the episode just walking into Alfheim. Now Alfheim, I'm already about 80% done with that, just from what we did from the story sections of the game. I don't think it's going to be more than one episode in Alfheim to finish that off to where I want to be, which will be the same place as Svartalheim. Everything done as much as I can get it done, except for undiscovereds and probably berserkers. Unless I can actually manage to defeat the berserkers. So let's see, this horse is done, this horse ride is not. And yeah, see, there's a bit right in there. I wonder if that's the same for all of them. It might be easier to see once the roof is done. Okay, I'm going to leave it. Oh, there's one little bit right down there. Yeah, but it's still... those things. Okay. Alright. Well, we did all the horses. How about that? I'm sitting here chatting away, and we've done all the horses. So moving on to the second game, Destroy All Humans, which I think is the first time I can openly talk about, because last week I think we still hadn't released the first episode. Not that you guys can't see those on my channel. I know that you can, but I think there are some people who prefer not to know until... so I don't want to spoil anything. If you don't go looking... I think what I want to do is get up top. I wonder if I can actually get on top of this thing. I bet you I probably could. Hey, 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 hey! Let's see. Can we jump over there? Get ready. Oh yeah, we can. We totally can. Okay. So Destroy All Humans went fine. I've pretty well gotten the hang of that game, I think, which was not the case in the first episode, the one that you guys saw already that has released. I understand the concepts now. It's fine. It's not as nearly as weird as it was that first episode. The first episode, I was really trying to figure stuff out, and was having a rough time in some places. Okay. This little star. So I just did the third episode, and the recording time was 2 hours. But that was because I was spending a lot of time looking for probes in that first area, the turnip seed farm, or turnip, whatever the hell that's called. Do I have to get up top? Can I get the ladder? Where's the ladder? There it is. Can you come here? Oh, look at that. I can grab it from way back here. I can't put this up here. Okay, never mind. Go away. Alright, I gotta put this down. So somehow I'm gonna have to get these things on top. There you go. Nice. Yeah, so that's... In fact, you guys want to see? I can show you guys. Let's see. Hang on a second. If you're interested... let's see here. There's Destroy All Humans. I've got it all loaded and ready to go. I'm going to edit it later today. It's done with pre-edit, so I'm just ready for edit now. But you can see it's... Let's see. It is an hour and 54 minutes long. That'll cut down. Don't worry. It's going to cut... Most of that will cut down to... I think it'll be about an hour. So, yeah. It's going to be a long edit, but by the time I'm done, it should be a pretty normal-sized episode, I would think. So, yeah. But, yeah. That's on the way. It went fine. The only thing about Destroy All Humans is that those probes, the game does not help you with those probes. There are a certain number in each area to find. For example, in Turnip Seed Farm, there's 25. In the second area, there's 30. They do not appear on the map. They do not appear, and there's nothing... I was kind of hoping that there was something that you could upgrade that would make them appear somewhere on the map or something like that. Some kind of help. But nope, the game never gives you any help with them. You just got to find them. And, yeah, that's a little tricky because they are not actually... You think they would be pretty easy to see, but in fact, sometimes they're not. I got 24 out of 25 out of Turnip Seed Farm, and I looked for a long time, and I cannot find the last one. I want to try to do it without using any kind of, you know, map guide or something like that. That would be nice. Is this dirt? Yeah, that sure is. Okay, hang on. I'm gonna have to get some cleaner out, I think. Yeah. This is the only way to do this. But yeah, I mean, the mission went fine. I did a mission. Okay, what's up with the spire? Why is it not cleaning? There you go. And then I did some challenges. So I think I did 3 challenges. One of which I 3-starred, which was the one where you have to throw the farmers into the water. I did that, and I 3-starred that. And then I did one race, which isn't really a race, it's just kind of stay as close as you can to some thing. Could only get 2 stars on that one. I'm not really sure if there's upgrades that help. I think the upgrades do help. Because last week I had the same problem and I couldn't do the farmer one, and then I got some upgrades, and then I didn't really have too much problem doing it this week. And then the race I did, and I couldn't get 3 stars. I got pretty close, but I couldn't quite get it. And what was the other one? Oh, I did an abduction. In the second territory, and also couldn't get 3 stars on that one. I only managed to get 2. So those challenges, they're not, I mean, they're challenges, right? They're not meant to be easy. I hate having to leave them, but I can only do them so many times in a row before it becomes, do I stop and try to get some upgrades that'll help me with that, or do I try to push through it and try to get it? The thing about the race one is I really don't know what to do differently that would make the scores go up anyhow. I was like right behind that pro a lot of times, and so I don't know what I was doing wrong. But hey gamer, how you doing, man? We have, that's a little curious. I wonder what that is all about. We have these, like, symbols after each person. It's like number 1, number 2, number 3. I wonder if that's the number of, that you are in the chat. I'm not really sure. Like you're the 3rd person to chat. Good, are you on Discord? I have Discord. I have never set it up for this channel. Just because I'm not sure. I have mixed feelings about Discord. I don't have anything against Discord. I've been on Discord for other people's stuff of one sort or another at various times. I just don't know that I would actually check it often enough to have it there. I don't know. I don't know. What do you guys think? Maybe I should put a poll up. Should I do a Discord? Should I set up a Discord for this channel? Yeah, I don't have one currently. I've considered it. I'm not sure it would be used enough to justify having it up. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, maybe I should. Maybe it would help the channel and stuff, but I don't know. I'm not against it or anything. I just never really thought it would be a useful thing to put up. But I could do it. If people want me to set up a Discord, I will. I am somewhat familiar with Discord. I do use it. I do have it. But you'll help? Well, thanks. I will, I'll look into it. Maybe we'll set up a... Maybe I'll put up a poll or something. Would you guys actually use Discord for this channel? It'll give me something to look at while I'm editing. I got a long edit to do today. Well, like I just showed you guys. Unfortunately, as we were winding through Willow Creek, we encountered a group of monks walking against traffic, and I pressed the accelerator instead of the brake. Oh, that's not good. What does this have to do with anything? So the first thing I can add is, can I add you as a friend? Yeah, sure, of course. You would probably need my username for that. Which I will have to look up. I will, okay, here's the thing. I don't think I have Discord on this system. I had it on my last system, but I've since upgraded as of a couple of months ago, and I don't think I ever put it back on this one. So I'm going to have to put it back on so I can look up my username because I don't remember what it is. I think it's just my name with some numbers after it or something. Okay, got it. Yeah, I'll post it on my, I can post it on my channel, or I can post it here next week as well. Because I'll set it up. I was kind of meaning to do that anyway. Ding. Ding. Ever so satisfying ding on this name. So we got the entire top almost done, huh? So yeah, I mean, I suppose it's not a bad idea to have a Discord. Well, I mean, you know, it doesn't hurt anything. I was just kind of worried that, you know, I'd set it up and then no one would ever come. Because, you know, my audience is small. I'm not a very big channel, to put it mildly. But, you know, why not? You will. All right. Your username is okay. Okay, hang on. I'm gonna write that down. Okay. Maybe I'll set it up and then I'll send you a thing, an invite. Just trying to think. Yeah, I can do it this week. I have a pretty busy week work-wise ahead, but I should have time. Boy, this carousel's quite quite the job, isn't it? Man. How much are we getting paid for this? I hope it's a lot. Well, I feel like I've been at this forever. We started it last week. Of course, it wasn't the only thing we did last week, right? We did the Mayor's Mansion last week as well. But man, I feel like I've been doing this for a long time. This is a big one. It's a big one. Oh, thanks. Thanks, gamer. I appreciate that. I hope you enjoy. I don't know if you enjoy completionist playthroughs or not, but if you do, hopefully you'll enjoy my content. I think, you know, I've said this before, I guess, but completionist playthroughs are not for everybody. You know, some people just want to see the story, and you know, I understand that. Is that dirt? Yeah, it sure is. For me, when I watch a playthrough, you know, like I think I said in this last week, I don't necessarily have to watch completionist playthroughs. I don't mind if people don't 100% the game, as long as they're reasonable about it. What I don't like watching people who just mainline the story, and that's all they do. They run as fast as they can. I've literally watched a person run through like God of War, I think it was. I can't remember exactly what the game was, or maybe it was Red Dead or something. But they were literally running. They were trying to get through the game so fast. It's like, dude, slow down. What is your hurry? That's not for me. That makes me crazy. I don't really like that. But I'm in the minority. I understand. Many people like to watch it that way. They just want to see the story. Me, I'm more into lore and stuff, so. And that very satisfying 100 number at the end of the game that you get. So, yeah. Anyway, if you like completionist stuff, then hopefully you'll like my stuff. I'm a fairly slow, laid-back kind of player. I like to take my time, actually experience the game. This top is looking pretty good. And we're just about at 70% completion. Oh, somebody graffitied all over this. How do you get up here and do this? Okay, we get it. What is that? Oh, that's the ladder. Okay, good. So yeah, what was I saying about destroy all humans? I don't really remember, but I mean, it went all right. Oh yeah, I was talking about the probes. Yeah, those probes are going to be difficult because there's no map, and I'm really trying to avoid looking it up off, you know, in a guide or anything. But you know, I spent 2 hours yesterday playing that game, and most of that was hunting for probes. And that's just one area. And it's fine until you get down to your last few probes, and then it's just a bear, because of course that one probe can be anywhere. And it's probably pretty well hidden because you haven't found it by now. So, and yeah, I still haven't found it. I still am missing one in Turnip Seed Farm. And we've got, I don't know how many areas there are off the top of my head, but 5 or 6 or something like that. And they all have probes, and that's just going to be a giant pain in the butt. But we'll see. You know, it's one of those games that doesn't hold your hand for sure. It's a 90s game, right? Back when games were games. Such a boomer. Okay, look at that. Top is clean. I dig it. All right. Okay. Actually, I guess we can start working on this, huh? Cresting. We're working on the cresting. Graffiti on this as well. What is up with that? Okay, so far so good. So yeah, well, I mean, we'll see how that goes. It's not a super long game, that game. I feel like, you know, maybe 20 hours or so. I'm just guessing, but just based on what I've played so far. But, yeah, we'll see. I think the challenges are going to be a good chunk of time. So, which a lot of that stuff I'll cut out. Like, if it takes me like, I don't know, 8 tries to do a challenge, I'll show you like the first one and the last one. That's that's usually what I do. You know, not that I'm trying to hide anything that, you know, that I failed or whatever. I'm not at all. I'll come right out and tell you this took me a lot of tries. But, you know, I don't want to waste everybody's time. People have limited time. There's no real reason usually for me to show multiple failures. I'll just say, okay, I had, you know, this took me several tries to do. And I've done that before. But I'll show you, I'll usually show you the first one and the successful one. Let's see, is this a good, I'm not really sure. This may be too far away. Pole topper? I'm kind of hanging on to this thing, aren't I? Oh, I fell off. That was kind of inevitable. Okay. I wonder what the best thing to do here is. Sort of like this, maybe? It's kind of far away, but it works. Sort of, kind of. Not great. I don't think that's going to totally work. Tricky that. I might have to get yeah, this thing out. That actually might be the better idea, using this instead of trying to use that ladder. This might be what I want to do. Although again, this is kind of far away. Plus the shadows are playing havoc. So yeah, I mean, I'm enjoying that game. I like it. So far, I'm having fun with it. I like the humor. So we'll see how it goes. It being a bit of an older game, it is a little bit tricky, for sure. Why is this cresting still dirty? There's some of it. Okay. I think I'll move this. Alrighty, back to the top we go. Actually, let's start right here. Ding. We got something. We got another something. Actually, starting down here is probably a pretty good idea. I can get all this bottom stuff that's sitting on the bottom. Nice. Okay. Now we can go up top. Ho ho ho. Sweet. Well, that worked out pretty well. Okay, let's do that again. Let's see. Come here with you. Come over here. Put you right there. Yeah, this booth is in my way. This is this ladder. Okay. This one looks like I kind of already did a pretty good job on. In fact, we're just about done here, aren't we? Okay, cool, cool. I'm gonna move you back over here so you're out of my way. Now, this is, I'm not gonna be able to get this in here, am I? Oh, maybe just barely. Oh, I lost it. Where did it go? Let's try that. So that brings us to game 3. Oh, watch out for the bunting. Which is Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball went fine. Just like usual, that game more or less plays itself. Doesn't really require much input from me. But it was fine. We did the final, like the final sub story of the base game, of the entire base game. So there are no more sub stories, at least not until we get to the DLC. So that's good. for the love of Pete. I feel like we are at a point in that game where one more episode and we hit the end of the saga. We're about to go into the final fight with Majin Buu. Okay, this must be underneath. There's bits and bobs everywhere. Why are we moving so slowly? Oh dear, that's not good. No wonder that's not dinging. There we go. Okay, so that pole topper's fine. This pole topper's not so much. But it might be on the other side. So yeah, I mean, you know, honestly, you know, we're about to go into the final intermission. Probably one more episode. So, you know, the episode I recorded this week was actually just about an hour, including going through all the stuff, which is a little shorter than what I normally do. But I knew we were about to head into... Why are you not clean? We're about to head into the final battle with Majin Buu, and I figured that would take a long time. Because they're going to want to yap about it for an hour and a half. You know how they are. So, I kind of stopped it a little bit early. After, I think, about 45 minutes. And then it's, you know, it's a 15-minute run through all the Z encyclopedias and all that stuff, so... But there really isn't much to say about that game. I mean, that game, essentially, I mean, it plays itself. There's really not much required from me with that game. It's just, here's 3 minutes of boss battle followed by 20 minutes of cutscenes. This sort of game. So, you know, I don't really have to do very much. I just watch. It's fine. I feel like, you know, if we were like early on in that game and I was getting the kind of view numbers on that game that I'm getting now, I'd probably kill it, to be honest. People aren't really watching that game, and I don't really blame them. If you already know the story, there's no real reason to watch it. Because it's not like there's much gameplay to it. It's really just more of a sit down and watch the episode unfold kind of thing. So I don't really blame them. And so, you know, I always feel like I've got other games I could be playing when it's like that. It's not that I hate the game, but it is just kind of like watching a movie. And that's not what my channel's about. It's not a movie reaction channel. So, but we're right at the end. So I will finish it off. I don't want to add another game to my list of games that I haven't completed. I've kept that down to a minimum. Not 0, but at least something closer to 0 than, you know, given that I've been going for many years. This one's going to be a pain. Give me that ladder. I think we're going to need this. So yeah, you know, it's fine. It's fine. I just don't really ever have anything much to say about it because it is really just, you know, watch the movie. And I think it didn't start out that way. I think it started out more of a gameplay kind of deal. Honestly, I don't feel like it was so much about watching cutscenes at the beginning. I mean, there was some of that, sure, but it wasn't as much as it is now. Now that's just about all it is. Okay, how are we doing here? Okay, what's going on here, guys? Why are we not dinging for me? Get back on this thing. So yeah, I mean, we're just about to enter the fourth and final intermission, which is the longest intermission of all of them. It has the most things, although that'll probably be a little bit more gameplay based because, you know, it's just side stories. So, no, can't complain about that. There we go. Ding. How are we doing here? We're 78% of the way through this guy. Okay, let's go down a level. Oh yeah, lots of stuff under here. Nice. Okay, that's pretty good, I think. Everybody's good? There we go. Moving right along. So yeah, I mean, I don't really have much else to say about Dragon Ball. It is what it is. Although my shrew-like reflexes saved the lives of the monks, my helter-skelter fell off the toad and rolled down the entire creek. Oh. Bad news, it's covered in everything from tertiary chalk to Permian mudstone. Well, that's no good. You don't want Permian mudstone. So we have a new vehicle, apparently, to wash. Because what he's saying is what he's saying. Something trim. Okay, I don't know what that means. Okay, let's go downstairs. Whee! That all looks fine. There we go. Okay, I think that's all done, right? The ceiling. Okay, let's start working on that. I feel like I'm gonna crane my neck looking like this. Let's see. This trim is not finished yet. Why not? There we go. Stop that. Be done. Hey, 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 horse. Move out of the way, please. Ding. Ding. Why are you not finishing? What's your deal? Gosh, stop being a pain. trim's done. Ceiling edge trim. Okay. That must be this little blue bar, huh? Though it could also be this. So moving on to game number 4. That would be Immortals, Phoenix Rising. Which also went well. No power outages today. That's 2 weeks in a row, no power outages. Dare we might believe that we have solved that issue? It's possible. It's not out of the realm of possibility. How are we doing here? Oh, looking good. Okay. Just making sure we're not dropping frames or anything like that. We look good though. We moved into the Grove of Kleos today. So now there's plenty to do. And into the realm of Athena. I have a tendency to mix up Athena and Aphrodite, and that's not good. You don't want to do that if Athena and Aphrodite can hear you. There's nothing about that that could be good for you. So Aphrodite is primarily considered the goddess of love. Although, you know, all of the gods, the Greek gods have, gods and goddesses, I should say, have multiple roles, right? They're all responsible for a lot of different stuff. None of them are just one thing. But Aphrodite primarily is the goddess of love. And she's the one we rescued first. And then I've moved into the next area, the third area, which is going to be the second goddess, which is going to be Athena. Now, I always considered Athena the goddess of war, but I'm kind of being led to believe that which she is, don't get me wrong. But apparently her primary thing is the goddess of wisdom. I didn't know that. I always thought of her as the goddess of war. I guess I didn't. Maybe I just missed that along the way. So I don't know if that's confusing to people because, when you think of Greek gods and you think of the god of war, you think of Ares. Especially if you've played God of War, because Ares is the Greek god of war. But he's the god of war. Athena is the goddess of war. So they have both a god and a goddess of war. So that's how that works. But I guess her primary thing is wisdom. I never knew that. I learned that just today. So I was today years old when I learned that. So yeah. Hey, we dinged a piece. Nice. So what should we work on now? Do we work on this panel? Oi, this is gonna get hard. So I'm going basically straight up. Oh, some sort of trim piece that we just finished. The ceiling panel is mostly done. Why is it not fully done? One would have to ask. There you go. It's hard to control the little thingy when you're looking straight up. It doesn't really like that. Ceiling frame. So yeah, I went into the Grove of Circes, did a vault, did some, random chests, some ambrosia. We got some ambrosia pieces, got some armor pieces and whatnot. New sword. So yeah, it went fine. Okay, that's all good? Yep, that's all good. Okay. There we go. So one of the ways, that game doesn't really give you a percentage completion, right? One of the ways I track that, I track percentage completions in a variety of ways, but one of the ways you can do it is you take something that there's a lot of, in that game's case, shards. So all the purple, red, yellow shards. There's like 140 of them, I think, roughly. And since I'm using Map Genie for that game, I can just pull up a counter on them to see how many I've chucked off as done. And that's an easy way to kind of track your percentages. And we've gotten about not quite 40, somewhere in the 30s. So from that perspective, we're like a quarter of the way through the game. So although I don't know that that's true. That may not be true. They may taper off as you get further in, because that seems a little bit optimistic given the massive land area that I still have to do. So sometimes that can mislead you, but okay, cool. This ceiling frame is not done. Why not? There you go. There we go. Top is getting better. Nice. Well, I think it's going all right. I mean, I think Phoenix is getting stronger. I'm able to take on more, so guess we just went into a new area, which means there are new creature types, new and stronger creature types. So there's always that. I think we ran into some new human enemy type enemies that I had never seen before. Big guys that were a little tricky. Not too bad, but Whew. It's hard to get around all these horses. How we do? Oh, 94%. Nice. Very cool. How we doing here? Almost 2 hours. Wow. Wow, this carousel, man. It is quite the job. Let me just tell you. This may be all we end up doing today, which I was not expecting, but whatever, it's fine. What am I stuck on? I'm stuck on a horse. I'm stuck on a horse, of course, of course. There we go. Ding, ding. So that leaves the last game on our list, because I don't really have much else to say about Phoenix. Phoenix went fine. No real hiccups with that game. It was fine. Nothing out of the ordinary happened with that game. We went through some stuff, did some quests. It was all good. So we go to Lego Star Wars The Clone Wars. Which also actually went surprisingly fine. That game can be a bit frustrating, just because of the obscurity of some of its puzzles. And we had a little bit of that today, but not too much. So the level went fine. The level that I did was Rookies, which is General Grievous Episode 5. So that went well. I got all 10 canisters without having to really... I didn't have to go back into the level and restart it again. So that's good. You know, that's a win when you can do that, especially with long levels. Although Rookies is not especially a long level. It was like half an hour to do that all the way, start to finish. And that was with me specifically hunting down canisters. So, yeah, it went pretty well. And then the ground assault was fine. No problems with the ground assault. Those have actually started to get pretty easy for me, because I have kind of I know exactly what I'm going to do. And I'm not using the cheats. Well, I take that back. The red brick extras I'm using, but I'm not using the speeder cheat, the speeder extra. I have it on, but I don't really use it. So I have it in my back pocket just in case I really, really, really get stuck, but it hasn't happened yet. Those are getting to be pretty easy for me, because I'll take in a pirate speeder tank, so that takes care of the silver buildings. Regular buildings and silver buildings can be taken out with a pirate speeder tank. I always have trouble with that. And then what I'll do is I'll just take over bases until I get 8 or 6 bases, I think it is, and then I put in a proton torpedo dispenser and that's all she wrote. Once I have that, I grab a speeder, grab a proton torpedo, and just start blowing apart the bases, because those proton torpedoes will take out anything. The only thing that slows you down at that point is shields. So you gotta turn off shields and stuff in cases where they are like things are protected. But other than that, so those have gotten to be pretty easy actually. I remember struggling with those at first, but I've since learned. Plus, I got the speeder tank. I think once you get the pirate speeder tank, that's a big step forward, because then you have an automatic start with being able to destroy silver buildings, and that's pretty key. Because you are on a time limit for those, so. Now, what's going on here? There we go. So that went fine. I did another one of those, and then the bounty hunter. The bounty hunter was the one that kind of hung me up for a little bit. Bounty hunters can be really either super easy or super annoying because there's some obscure thing they want you to do, and that's what it was today. The thing they wanted me to do was super, super obscure. Just like, how would you even know to do something like that? Which is funny because, as you get close to your bounty, their portrait will start to show up on your HUD, right? And the closer you are to them, the less transparent it gets. So you can kind of tell where they are. And as soon as I got into that level, I found him right away. I found his little portrait, so I knew right where he was. I just couldn't figure out how to get to him, how to unlock him. It took me forever, a bunch of tries to figure it out. And it was just a matter of trying random things. So I was about ready to give up and just look it up. I think they tried to make the LEGO Star Wars 3 just a little bit harder, because LEGO Star Wars games are traditionally not considered to be very hard. They're just supposed to be kind of relaxing, fun little games. I think they tried to make Clone Wars just a little bit more difficult, give it a little bit more of a challenge, but the way they did it was to make it just the solutions so weird and obscure that you would never think to try them. And it doesn't really work, I think. So, I mean, other than that, it went fine. Other than the bounty hunter, everything went perfectly okay. Wow, we're at 99%. That's impressive. Ding. Ding. Okay, what's your deal? You got stuff in the middle. And you're good. You're not good. Because there's light bouncing off that thing. And it looks like a... looks like dirt. Okay, I think we're done here. I still don't have a list. That's annoying. Wait. Center pole topper. Oh, I see. Yes. Okay, we may need to get the ladder out for this one. What did I do with it? Yeah. We're way back here. Oh boy. That's not great. Okay. Excuse me, horse. Oh boy, this thing's gonna be a pain. How are we doing here? I really need to get up on top of this. There we go. So cresting, a center pole topper, and 6 horse rods. Oh god, those damn horse rods still are bugging me. Yeah, that one's done. This one's not. I mean, do you guys see anything? I don't see anything. That's just annoying. Okay, let's try this. That one's done for some reason. What the hell, dude? There's nothing wrong with this rod. I have soaked this thing down. What the hell? It's gotta be broken. What in the devil? I don't know. I don't know how to fix this. I'm at a loss. It's not getting any cleaner. Nothing I'm doing is making any difference. I don't really know what the hell to do with this. What the heck? Do I need to maybe... Okay, I have a thought. Do they go up and down, those horses? Do I need to, like... I didn't want to do that. Do they... Hang on. They do go up and down or something. You Palm Beach. Okay, hang on. That one's done. Okay, okay. That one's done. Okay, it looks like they've partially come down, but they haven't come down all the way. Because none of them are actually quite getting clean, but they're cleaner than they were. Okay, so hang on. Let's run it just a little bit longer. Where's the button? Where's the button? I have you now. That's got to do it. Thank you. So that's probably going to do it for all of them, right? We'll say that it's going to do it for all of them. Okay, you still got something on you. Really? Where? Uh-oh. This one's still being a pain. Oh, the bottom. Huh. No kidding. Okay. Sure. That one's done. That one's done. Okay. Horse rods are done. Yay! Center pole topper. Center pole topper is this guy. I think there's a... Yeah, I see it. Okay, how would I be able to see that? Here's a section over here. I need to get to where I can see it. Okay, does that rotate when I turn this on? Let's try that. Hopefully it rotates. Seems to, yeah. Okay, you should be all the way around. Just a little bit more. Don't go too much higher than this. There we go. Okay, then crestings. Crestings, that's these guys. Okay, who's left? I don't see any problem. Ah, you're the problem child. I see you up there. Never finished this one. Yay, job complete. Cool. Oh, turn that off. Back down we go. Okay, let's go ahead and watch the replay. The thing's turning around. That's funny. Pretty good. Nice. Very nice. Carousel looks incredible. The others are going to lose it when they see it. I can practically smell all that hard cash in my hands already. Thanks so much. Okay, did we miss any messages? Okay. Yeah. Good news, it represents a thorough illustration of our geologic past. I think I missed that one. My Jeet Kune Do instructor always says, in an emergency, hit the nearest thing as hard as you can. Okay. Yes. Okay. Okay, cool. Cool. That's good. So, let's go to the shop. See what we got to play with here. Let's check out the power washers. We already own this one. We can't buy this one yet because it's 5 grand and we only have 2 grand. Boo. Let's see. Let's go to equipment. Do we want to get anything in equipment? Doesn't look like we can get much. We can get a XU2 extra long extension. I mean, soap nozzle. I think I want to kind of save money. Save up some money. Buy a couple of those maybe. Clothing. Yeah, let's get some new clothing. Let's get some... Well, I didn't change clothes today, did I? Oh, bummer. Forgot. Let's buy some lime gloves. And do they have lime outfits? No. Really? Outfit, winter 2023. Boy, we own most of them, don't we? Let's get an orange outfit. And we'll get the orange gloves as well. There you go. That's enough of that. And then modifications. $1,000. Yikes. I want to save up for the 5 grand. I'm kind of waiting for that. So, because I want to get this guy. This guy right here. So, yeah. So we'll come out of there. Let's go back, close the tablet. No, that's not what I want to do. Let's go back to the career mode menu. Okay, we got the treehouse and the drill. Okay. Is that what they were talking about? Was the drill? Did we roll down the hill? Huh. Okay. Okay. I mean, sure. Sure. Okay, guys. Well, I think we're done here. We've been going for what? 2 hours? It's kind of a little bit of a shorter stream, but that's okay. I got a long edit today, so I'm gonna get going on that. But yeah, I think we're doing well. We're going into the treehouse, and then we got the drill after that, so probably do the treehouse next time. Seems like a good move. Thanks for coming along. Thanks you guys for stopping in, everyone who stopped in. And yeah, we'll pick this back up again next week. So enjoy the videos this week. I will see you guys in the games, and yeah, talk to you later. Take care. Bye, you guys.